Stop right there. Yeah, you. If you like all things entertainment, current events, or Hollywood, then look no further. Creator to Creators, hosted by director Meosha Bean of Horror Noir, interviews filmmakers and creatives from around the world. Join in on the fun, guest celebrities, and informative information to have as a creator. Hit subscribe and stay connected to Creator to Creators. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators today. Today, we have a very special guest.
Caz Kush.
Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Tell me, so before I get into the question, I love the name. Is there what behind the name? How did you come up with your name? I like it.
Yeah, so my real name is Zachary. So I shortened it to the ZAC and then
Uh-huh.
I just flipped it backwards. But really how I got the name was my buddy ended up calling me that at one point and I just ran with it from there.
I like it. I like it.
Thank you. I like it too.
That's a
I
good
think it
ring.
has a good ring to it.
Yeah. Yes. Um, so I usually like to go back to the beginning, our childhood, when we were kids. I always say that the little habits that we pick up along the way, kind of travels and somehow is shows up in our adulthood. When you were a child, tell me a little bit about your childhood, the things that you were into, your interests, and then how did you kind of get into music and where you are now?
So whenever I was really young, I was like back in school days, I started playing football
Mm-hmm.
and I really like football, but I just it wasn't a fit for me because I'm not too big on I don't know just having someone telling me what I really got to do. That's
Yeah.
kind of why I go my own way and like just trying to start my own businesses and everything like that.
Love that.
And I feel like that's more what pushed me that way. But I want to say like around I would say age of like 8 or 9 is about when the music started
Nice.
because I was my uncle introduced me to Lil Wayne. I
Nice.
started listening to Lil Wayne, and after I heard him, I was like, "Well, this is crazy. I've never heard nothing like this." And I just started writing a little bit after that. Like I wasn't too serious with it,
Yeah.
but it was something that I was like, "All right, I really like how this sounds." Um, and I just started writing, like I said. And at the time, he had a studio in the studio that he was recording in. So I was just going in there and just we would freestyle, just
Nice.
doing whatever it was. I'm sure you know what Wild N Out is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah,
The,
yeah. The show.
the like rap battles. Like we used to
Yes.
do all that,
Nice.
and like I feel like that's what pushed me towards what I do. But yeah, I just got into the music, and I was like, I really like this, and you want me to stop here or just keep going?
Oh, whatever you feel, whenever you feel
Okay.
comfortable.
Uh,
um, yeah.
but whenever I was like, I was just kept making music just because I felt like if I was doing it, I was getting better.
Yeah.
And I always heard you have to put in 10,000 hours to master something.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I was doing. And like, I got all these tracks that are still on YouTube that you can go look at if you really wanted to. That Like, I deleted a lot of them. I ain't gonna, lie to you, but there's a lot of them that I kept on there just 'cause I wanted people to see the progress and what
Yeah.
I was doing, and I always heard, like, "You're never gonna blow off one song," so I just kept putting out like,
Many
every single
songs.
week, I was dropping another song, just to show people, like, I was really trying to do what I was going for,
I love that.
and but I feel like it was more back then that really got me to where it is, but the reason why, like in my songs and everything, I want to talk about like spreading joy, peace, love,
I love
equality, just everything that I feel ain't being shined upon. Like everyone wants to talk about guns, violence, and just things that really don't really matter. And
Mhm.
I'm trying to like bring more of a message with my music. That's why Piñatas ain't really the best one to go off, but uh, there's
It's
other
fun.
songs that I got, which I got a whole bunch that are unreleased that just are more about who I am as a person and
Mhm.
the thoughts that go on inside my brain, and just more about just getting to know Caz, like Caz who he is, not just through whatever.
Yeah, that's interesting. That were your parents like growing up at like when you discovered Little Wayne and the music and his lyricism, were your parents supportive of your adventure into the music world?
Yeah, they've always been supportive. I think there was a point where there was like, but I just kept going at it, and it really wasn't like I don't really care what anybody said. No matter my mom, dad, brother, sister, I'm
Yeah.
still gonna do what I like to do because this is how I express myself more than anything.
Mm,
And that's like when I feel like I don't got no one to talk to, then I
yeah.
got the mic right here that I could talk to.
Yeah. It's like therapy in a way.
Yeah.
That's really good. I love that. Yeah, I can totally relate. Like I went, I got into film at a young age, and I remember I'm the baby of the family, so the camera was like my friend, and I found like because I didn't really have that many friends, and it was like I could escape, like and go to another world and create my own world and my little safe haven. So I totally get that. I love that. Um, let's talk about your single.
All
Um,
right.
tell me a little bit about the process of that. Yeah, and then what inspired you to make it?
So I was just on YouTube one
Uh-huh.
day.
Uh-huh.
Like me and my cousin were in here chilling. We were making a song. We had cooked up a song before that. Um, but I was going through YouTube and I heard this beat, and instantly I just was like, all right, I need to hit up this producer. And I ended up doing that. And a couple days later, he got back to me,
Nice.
and I sent him a little rough draft of what I was thinking about putting on it. And he told me that he liked it. So I was like, all right, bet. And so I ended up buying the lease from him.
Nice.
And then I already knew kind of the direction I was going with it. Like I said, I had a rough draft,
Uh-huh.
but there wasn't really no background for the song, like backstory for the song. Like it was just a song that I felt like people could really vibe to. Cause you could just be doing anything to it. You could be sitting at home, could be jogging, like
Yeah.
whatever you want to be doing at work, put it in your earbuds. Like it's just that type of song. And I felt good when I was making it, and I wanted to relay that to the listener. Like I hope whenever you listen to it, you feel good and you're like, all right, yeah, this is just he was in the studio having fun, just being himself, and that's
I
pretty
love
much
that.
what it was. Like I was speaking a little bit in it, but a lot of it was more just having fun, just because I knew it would sound good and people could vibe to it and dance to it and things like that.
I love that. So you heard the beat and you just were like, I like it. I'm gonna go. Like I feel like sometimes like is that every artist has their different process. Like sometimes it's a beat that they hear and they're inspired instantly to like just start to make something, or it's their writing and then the beat comes later. I just think it's really fascinating. Do you write at all your lyrics?
I do. Everything is me.
I love that.
I write, record, engineer. So whenever
Wow.
you hear the Caz you mix this, it's because I did everything on it. I even add instruments on it sometimes. I'll
Wow.
be the one that messes with all the equalizers, puts all the compressors on there.
Wow.
Anything that you hear in it was all me. The cover art, so I like to be hands on with everything that I'm doing,
Mhm.
and I like to do it that way because it gives it its own unique feel. Like I'm not going to another master to get it mastered and
Right.
putting their tag on it. This is all Caz. So you just getting Caz completely. The
Yeah.
only thing that really ain't me is the beat, and like I said, I just hear the beat and then like 5 seconds I already know if I'm gonna mess with it. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
go on
cool.
BeatStars or hit the producer up, whatever it takes to try and get the instrumental.
Nice. Um, so do you feel like I don't know, as artists, we're when we put our work out there, because it's you just never know, what people are gonna say, the internet. Do you get like sometimes like a little nervous to put out something,
like you're just wondering what your fans or listeners are going to think. And has have you like, how do you get over that angst of like, I don't know, like just let like knowing when a project's done and then putting it out there?
I just know that I know everybody's not gonna like it. I know
Yeah.
everybody's not gonna tune into it. But I know that the people that do tune into it and do
Yeah.
really connect with it are the people that I'm trying to get to. So
Yeah.
it's not about the reach, it's more about who I'm grabbing a hold to and who's getting pulled in with it.
Like that.
But whenever I come to dropping a song, I don't really think about nothing like that. Like I just drop what I feel that I want to drop, because at the time I'm feeling these ways,
Yeah.
and I just want the listener or whoever to just feel what I'm trying to portray because these are what I'm going through at the moment, or this is what I'm going through at the moment.
Yeah. I
But
like
yeah, I
that.
don't really get sorry.
No, no, you good.
I don't really get like nervous or nothing like that. It's more like I said, this is how I express myself. So I want to be me completely. And if I'm scared to drop something because of how you might feel, then I'll never drop it.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean that's so true. You have to like when you work, especially when you create art and you put you don't want to, I think I was looking at an interview the other day, and it was I think it was Oprah, and she was talking about just what, you know when you put something out, you just let it go, and not try to like, because people can tell you what they think you should do and how they think you should sound and all the things, and then you look, and then you're not yourself. You're not authentically you. So
Right.
how can your listeners actually like relate to you? It's not really you. So it's great that you don't care, and that you're really putting yourself out there and you're having a good time. That's awesome.
Right.
I love that. um I have a really fun question. If Okay, so obviously you know that the whole beef that happened with the whole was it the Kendrick Lamar and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Drake or whatever. Do you feel like um hip hop or the music world, the rap culture, is that good for rap culture? Like, as far as like, is good beef good, or do you feel like it's a little like it takes the fun out of it? Like, I don't know. How do you feel about that as far as like music wise?
I think it's good for the culture as in some cases, but I also think at some points people just do it for clout, money, views. That's whenever it's something like maybe you shouldn't do it. If it's disrespecting your morals, I feel like you shouldn't do it. Things like that. Those are the times when I feel like you shouldn't do it. But other than that, I feel like if you're just trying to prove a point to someone or just show that you are people trying to downplay you and you are that person, showing them maybe you just make them back off just a little bit. But I
Yeah.
do feel like if it comes in between your morals and things like that, you should not do it.
Yeah. For sure, for sure. Do you think music nowadays have changed versus, I mean, obviously it completely has changed, but like, you know, has changed more in favor of the artist? Because back then it was really hard to get a record deal, to get your music out there. But now, with AI, you can put your work anywhere essentially.
Yeah, long as you got money, you can put it anywhere. And like I think that's like the hardest part for anything with artists, like getting that money behind it. And a lot of people don't understand that aspect of it. It's like people think a good song's gonna blow up just regularly when it does, but in that case is very rare.
That's
More
true.
people are putting millions of dollars into tracks that you see that are going hundreds and thousands and millions of views. Uh, so I do, but at the same, like I ain't really on a wave of like record labels or anything like that.
Nice.
So like just knowing the independent route and things like that, I know that better to be like keeping everything to myself that is
Mm.
mine.
Yeah, more like
And
ownership versus someone
yeah,
taking half of your money or most of it, right? Because I think
right.
I was watching something about some artist was talking about he signed some record deal and they gave him $1 million and he was so excited, and then he went and bought X, Y, and Z, and then he went back to the record company and he was like, so I'm going on tour, and they're like, yeah, that's your tour money as well. Like all of that is like that one thing is you're paying for your tour, you're paying for your marketing and all of that. And so when you think when you really don't know the business side, right, of the whole make music, it's like that makes sense to stay independent. And and I mean, yes, of course it's harder, but I believe, right? Do you feel like it's more rewarding because you have more sense of ownership?
Oh yeah, for sure. Whenever you don't have to split it between 20 people, like whatever it is, like I feel like it's just a lot more. And it just it shows people a lot more whenever people can do it by themselves or with their little team rather
Yeah.
than having a big empire type company behind them.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you like the fact that, a lot of people hate that AI is here, but do you think AI is a good thing?
I honestly do, just because it helps the people that don't even know what they're doing. Like, and
Right.
you can
Right.
learn whatever you're trying to learn on those things. And yeah, you can go watch a whole bunch of courses and do the same thing, but most of the time you're having to pay for them. They'll give you like the 3 lessons or something like that, and then you gotta pay for the rest. And
Mm.
that's why like blowing up is a lot easier because you could pay for Instagram ads, and if you go through and like put your audience and create the right audience and know who you're trying to target, it's a lot easier trying to figure out like what market you're going for. Just
Mm.
makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, ads are very, very good thing I hear now, like nowadays. Which platform do you like the most? I mean, there's so many platforms. I kind of get overwhelmed with how many platforms like to put your stuff on. You're just like, holy moly. Like it's sometimes stressful, right?
Yeah, I like
Um,
YouTube the most though, just because you could put visuals behind it too.
that's true. Yeah, YouTube. I feel like YouTube used to be really good back in like, oh God, I'd say 2006, like when it first started. I think it was because you can like get like millions of views so easily, and now it seems like it's so saturated, right? It's like there's so many people on YouTube, but you know, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out YouTube.
For sure.
um, but so I like asking this question, and there's no wrong answer, but the three levels of influence: money, power, and respect. And if you could choose one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
Respect. Just
Okay.
because it's better to be respected than having any of the other things, because those are all going to come with respect. If someone respects you, they're
Yeah.
going to show you that they respect you, and that's pretty much it. And I don't really like having power or anything like that, because that's not really what it's about for me. It's
Mhm.
more about helping the next person. That's what I feel your power is. How much are you doing for the person next to you? It don't
Yeah.
matter how much you got or what you got. I don't feel like that, or who you are. We all the same. We all bleed, like whatever it is, like things like that. So I don't really look at it like that. And respect is definitely the main one that I'm looking forward to, because
Yeah.
I just want people to respect me, because and maybe not even me in general, but the message that I'm trying to relay and the
Yes.
the direction that I'm trying to go with everything.
Yeah. That's good. Absolutely. Great. That's a great answer. I read that Tyler, the creator, is one of your influences in your career. Tell me a little bit why Tyler, the creator, is an influencer for you. That's I like him. I do like him.
Yeah, Tyler the Creator. He does everything that I'm trying to do.
Mm.
He's a visionary, and I like that. Whenever he's on stage, he brings a different aspect. Whenever he comes to designing clothing, he brings a different aspect. Whenever like whatever it comes to, he's just himself, and that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be myself, and I've had people come up to me and be like, "Oh, you sound like, or you look like the old Jack Harlow or something like that." I'm like, "Nah, don't even, because I don't. That's not who I'm trying to be. I just
Right.
want to be Caz. Just let me be
Right.
Caz." And
Right.
like, so that's where I look at everything with. He is a huge inspiration. I look at inspiration from everything. Like I said, his clothing,
Oh yeah.
the brands that he makes, just everything that he puts his hands in, just knowing that he's the creative behind it, it just
Kind of cool, right?
yeah, and you can go back and see everything that he's done. He started back whenever he was with Loiter Squad and things like that. Like,
Yeah, he's a brilliant artist. You know, he's definitely someone like when I first saw him come on the scene, it was like he just had his own, he was in his own lane. I think there's something about that to be said about artists like yourself, like, you know, people that want to just be themselves and not try to be conformed by what standards or society says you should be or what you look like. It's like you're just like, no, I'm gonna do me, and that's all I'm gonna do. Like, but I feel like
right,
there's something to that to be your authentic self in today's day and age that we live in. It seems like a lot of people don't really know their identities of who they are, you know. So it's really refreshing to see that, and especially artists like yourself.
for sure. And I feel
Yeah.
the same way. Like, I say it in a lot of things, and it's not like a disrespectful thing. It's just like you hear a lot of Lils, you hear a lot of like the babies, like these people
Yeah.
are. It's like all you hear is the whole same thing. And it's like, did you even really think about what you were trying to do,
Right.
or why are you even doing what you're trying to do? Is this for money? Is
Yeah.
or like what's it for? Like, what are you really doing it for? Because if
Yeah.
you ain't doing it for the right purposes, then you're doing it for the wrong ones.
Exactly. Exactly. I like that. I like that. So do, do you feel like, as far as like who's okay, so I'm gonna it's a little game, and I love asking this too, especially artists who are like who rap. You have Jay-Z, okay, you have Nas, and you have Kanye, right? So you have to get rid of two and keep one.
Kanye is the one I'm keeping because he goes against the grain. That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to do.
I like that. A
He don't
rebel.
care.
Yeah,
Yeah, he don't
right.
care. I don't care.
No, he's brilliant too. He's a brilliant
Yeah,
artist.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
take his money too.
right. I feel like that too. You have to be okay with not being liked. You know, I find that road is less traveled, right? The road that people don't really go down. Not many people go down that road, but I feel like that is, you got to be okay with that. Like, not everybody's gonna like it, but it's okay.
Yeah, people don't like what works until it does work, and then they're like, "Oh, let me try that. Let me try
Exactly.
that."
Oh,
Like,
it's so
nah,
funny.
kick them off the boat a little bit.
Right.
Nah, I want everyone to win. So no matter what it takes, I just feel like you should be yourself because people are gonna connect to who you truly are. There's at least 1,000 people out there that will connect to who you truly are as a
Yeah.
person, and I believe that.
100%. I'll never forget it. Like, I remember when I first started, almost 20 years ago. Oof, that kind of tells you my age. Um,
Hey, that
I
shows you've been doing it.
it's just, I never thought I'd be where I am today. I just love what I do. That's literally, and I think once, like for me, I knew like what I wanted to do for like, and not what people wanted me to do, but for what I really want to do. Like, everything for me, it just was like, it's like I get to go to work and do what I love. So do you feel like, my question to you, do you feel like that you found your purpose in life?
I wouldn't say completely, but I know the direction that I'm trying to take it. Like I
Yeah.
know I'm trying to help people. I know I'm trying to spread a message. I know I want to help change the world and in multiple ways. It's just what ways and like do I know for sure and do I pinpoint them? Nah, I don't really think I'm trying to do that. It's just in whatever ways I can help. Those are
uh
the ways that I'm trying to help. So
I like that.
like hearing people tell me that my music is helping, that's what keeps me doing what I'm doing
That's
because
beautiful.
just hearing that is like, hey, that's exactly what I wanted it to do. So I'm glad that you connected with the message.
Yeah. I love that. Are you working on anything at the moment?
Always, always working on more stuff.
Nice, nice. Have you performed this song yet live
I
or?
haven't performed. Not
Ooh.
I've performed, but not this song.
Are you excited? Like, that's gonna be fun, right? To perform. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's gonna be really fun. because it's a fun beat, it's a fun song. So yeah, it's people are gonna be like, oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I feel that one.
So I love asking this question too because I think all this journey is the hardest one. The entertainment world is a very difficult journey, but it's definitely a rewarding one if you stick to it. I do find like I love asking artists and just any creative person, what keeps you going in the hard times?
Just knowing that eventually my message is gonna get out there. Uh, you might not hear it today, but maybe it's 20 years from now you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna end up in your ears whenever you need it to. So, and knowing that my message needs to be heard, and just knowing that my message needs to be heard, and God tells me to send my message out, just I know someone's gonna connect with it. And
Yeah.
like I said, there might only be 1,000 people that connect with it, but those 1,000 people that connect with it are gonna be those ones that will show up everywhere and go buy every single CD that I put out, whatever it is.
That's
So it's more about like just spreading love, and I know that everyone needs some love. So and there's not a lot out there, so it's gonna catch who it needs to.
absolutely, absolutely. And that's wonderful. I love that answer. Um, so I really, I mean, honestly, I really think, the music world is such a tough one, but I admire people that go after stuff and keep pushing because there have been many times I felt like in the journey, like, do like you work so hard, and you're like, man, I didn't like that didn't happen the way I wanted it to, but I feel like the like I can just feel your passion for it and see that. And I take it you're fairly young, so you have so much time to explore and make mistakes, and I think that's what it's all about, and the journey of it all. We can't be so curated with our movements and how we, you know things like creatively. We just have to just feel it and just figure it out as we go. So you're doing great, and keep at it. Like, that's exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to highlight, I heard you say, was you love what you're doing
Yeah.
and you're happy where you're at. And that's the reason you are where you're at, because you love what you're doing. So you're gonna keep doing it no matter who connects with it or who don't, because you love what you're doing, and doing what you do is what makes you happy and spreading who you are as a person. So shit, I like being here. I'm happy that you got me here. Sorry if I couldn't cuss,
No,
but
you're fine.
uh, keep
It's
doing
all
you.
good.
'Cause I
Thank
see I see you doing amazing things too. So
you. Thank you so much.
you're
Um,
welcome.
what for those listeners that are going to hear this interview, what do you want that young boy or young girl that wants to get in the music world? What advice would you give them?
Just keep doing you. Learn about marketing. Learn about finding your audience and creating an image for yourself, and run with that image. Make sure that it's a good image, and make sure it's really you, because people don't like inauthenticity,
Yeah.
but people will connect with you. So just keep putting out your work, keep doing what you're doing. Eventually, you're gonna get heard.
I love that. That's a great message. Keep doing it and keep putting the work out. I love it. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And also, where can people find everything that you like, all your social media sites?
Um, all my social media is Caz Kush on everything. Some of them is an extra H, which I think like IG is an extra H. Snapchat is an extra H, but everything else, Caz Kush. But if you look up Caz Kush, I'm sure you'll find it. I don't think there's another one out there.
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
pretty sure it's only me. But thank you for having me on the podcast, and
Definitely.
keep dropping, keep grinding, keep doing you. You say you've been doing it for 20 years, so I'm happy that you love what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Same to you. And please come back anytime and keep us posted on your new albums and all the things that you got going on coming up in down the line. So yeah, for sure.
Guarantee will.
And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.